Good morning, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. This is Jacob Ephraim. Today is November 4th, 2021, and what we are looking at right now is disclosure news, Schumann Resonance Today. You can see in the left side over here that there is some missing data from November 2nd. You know, when we were getting hit with the plasma and the flares and all that. That's interesting, isn't it? It just is conveniently missing. Now, the other day when I looked at it, it showed that it had a power of like 39. But then all of a sudden it just kind of cut out. Well, that's kind of rude. I mean, this is the Russian space. This is the Russian model. So we can actually scroll all the way down. Let me see here. There's that one there that shows the whole day. And this whole thing here this whole graph will actually fill up, so you'll actually be able to take a good look at it. But here's for today, showing right now so far the power is being a 9, but this is actually from the 3rd. Well, this ain't the 3rd. That's it's a day behind. So we'll see what happens here pretty soon. Hopefully they'll get it straightened out. Let's take a peek at a few other things to see if we can get caught up. I know a lot of us are having some aches and pains. I know I am. My back, shoulder blades are hurting, and so is my neck. And here we are at Space Weather Prediction Center. We are in a strong G3 at the moment. We'll come down here, and the auroras were actually pretty decent last night. I'll do an update later on this evening for our coronal mass ejection, see if I can't find any friends. And I know you see all that red there, the estimated planetary XK, or the K index. So here we are. We were at level 7 3 different times. So you can see the peak of the first one that hit, and then it came down, and then the second one came up that caught up to it, you know, the cannibal one. Popped us there, which gave us such good auroras. And this is why a lot of us are having aches and pains and groans and complaints. I definitely am that guy. So here we are. This is the last 3 days. We have a couple of C flares that popped off today. 2 halfway decent ones and then a small C. But let's take a peek at the 7-day so we can get a better perspective. So here we go. You can see all the way on October 29th, we had that one quick pop of an M flare. And then we were in C. And then we had a bunch of C's popping off coming up at us. And then we had the one spike on the November 1st for the M class. Came back down in the B's, then we started gaining up into that large M. And the reason that was so large, because you see how large the spike is. The larger the spike is, or should I say not the sharper, but the slower the angle for it to come down means there's more coronal mass ejection behind it, more plasma that comes with it. So you'll have, that's why a lot of us are feeling those aches and pains as of yesterday and into today because of that. And then of course you got plasma coming off from some of these other ones, like November 4th. If you look at the lineup for November 4th and go to the left, you can see that there's quite a bit of plasma that came out with that bugger. So, fun times. So let's go take a peek at what else we can look at for us here. Okay, and here we are at the Enlil model. And as you can see here, oops, sorry about that. God dang it, this thing is gonna annoy me a little bit. But as you can see, we got hammered pretty good right about, so you take this back a little bit. There we go. About 4 a.m. minus 5 hours. Yeah, that would be about midnight UTC time. So you'll have to check out UTC time to your current time and find out what the current time is for you when we actually got hit with all that. This is the plasma density up on top. You can see Earth, which I'm pretty sure is off. I think the European Space Agency was a little more forthcoming with the true numbers than this model, because this is actually named Enlil. Well, Enlil is a Sumerian god of war. And if anyone knows that this is a spiritual battle like most of us do you think that's going to be accurate? Nope. Not even a little bit, fellas. Not even a little bit. Here we are, the D region absorption prediction. We'll take a look at this and see how we pan out with this. There is some absorption, especially over Africa, over La Palma. Great. But my question is, if our KP index is so high, how come we're not seeing any of the red and stuff up on the North and South Pole like we did? Isn't that strange, folks? It just all of a sudden quit. Yeah, there we go. Boom. There's one over Africa. That was one of the C flares. We'll have another C flare going off here in just a moment. A couple little B. That might have been the B. Yep, there's the other small C. And I think we're currently in C mode right now, actually. That might be a little B. Come on, where are you at, booger? There we go. There was the other C. It's just kind of slowly going down, and then it stops. So let's see what else we can find, huh? And here we are at the USGS for earthquakes at this current time. We have a total of 54 in the last 24 hours. Most recent one being in Ternate, Indonesia. Now you can go to USGS and you can start looking at things yourself. I have it set for 2.5 or higher for magnitudes, and the reason for that is to kind of gauge things, because even though you have a 2.5 and oh, that's not that big a deal, but if you have a swarm of like 30 or 40 of them in one area and they're all between 2.5 and 3.0, guess what? That's significant. It has there's importance to that. So you guys can go here and I mean, look at this. We got Pakistan 4.9. Anything I think that anything 4.0 or higher gets highlighted like that. I mean 5.2 in Alaska, woof. 4.9 in Vanuatu. I don't know. I probably butchered that. I apologize for anybody that's from there. Banda C 4.5, 4.9 in Chile. Ovale. Amahai, Indonesia 5.6. Woof. That's not good. So apparently it's got to be maybe 4.9 or higher before 4.5. La Libertad, Mexico. Gorontalo, Indonesia 4.8, 5.0. Another one, Port Vila, Vanuatu. Nago, Japan 4.5. That ain't good. 4.5. I mean, look at this, 4.9. South Sandwich Islands, south of Tonga, 4.9. 4.7, 5.7 in Fiji Islands, and a 5.7 in Los Andes, Chile. Oh my goodness gracious. 4.6 in Iwaki, Japan. And almost wonders why that's highlighted red. You think there might be a tsunami warning with that, maybe? I don't know. 4.7 Sinabang, Indonesia, Fiji region. I mean, this is insanity. Let's see if this will actually let me if I tap on it. Ooh, depth 110 kilometers. That's a deep one. That ain't good. Ooh, lots of plates shifting. Let's go take a look at the map here. Yeah. So here we go. This is what we're looking like, folks. This is just the 54 that we've been recording. Look at all that. Stuff's happening. Stuff's happening everywhere. Look, and most of them are all long plates. The exception of course, Hawaii being volcano. But most of your tectonic plates along them are volcanoes. They're volcanic ridges. Let's go take a look at earthquakes and volcanoes maps. Okay, earthquakes and volcanoes, or volcanodiscovery.com. This one doesn't ever give you the totals, which actually to me is kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. But you can have an idea because it overlaps them and overlays them very well. We do have quite a bit of 3.0s. I have this one set for 3.0 or higher. Here we are at 5.2, South Pacific Ocean, New Zealand. That's not good. I mean, look at there's a crap ton of North Pacific Ocean, the one in Alaska that we were talking about. That's a good size one. So yeah, apparently on this one a 5.0 gets highlighted. But look at, I mean, this is 24 hours. Right up here, you see where it's highlighted in red, past 24 hours? That's highlighted. That's, now if I went to past 48, that's the one that gets highlighted. And there's even more. So let's go back to just past 24 hours. I mean, I think that looks like more than 54 if you ask me. I mean, holy cow. I mean, there we are, we're finally at the bottom. Goodness. That's a ton of them. Oy. Alright, now we're going to try and get over here to the map, actually. Let's see. How do I... see, quakes. Let's hide that. No, I don't think I want to do it that way. This is going to frustrate me. But these are just all the volcanoes and earthquakes here. See that? This is just here in the United States, folks. Now, obviously, we got stuff going on. Oh, look, up near in Oregon, Washington area. We got earthquake there. Earthquake over here near Yellowstone, right there. Let's see where that's at. Earthquake. Stanley, Idaho. All right. Magnitude 3.2, 15.9 kilometers. That's not too bad. But look at all of that. See this one here. This is what concerns me. Do you see that right there? That's a Cascadia subduction zone. There, the red line there, where it pushes underneath. Well, all of that, look, just like green area, that long elongated area of California, that's a volcanic ridge. Like it's the cone, the top of a volcano that just kind of, because as it pushes down, the lava's got to go somewhere, so it just kind of slowly spews out there. And 90% of America doesn't know. Actually, 90% of the world doesn't know. This right here, this right here, this whole area, this whole circled area, that is Wawa Springs caldera. That's the cone of another volcano, largest shale volcano in the United States, and I think it's either second or third in the world. But look at all these earthquakes, and look at all these volcanoes that are currently erupting. That means lava, magma, ash, debris. That's why everybody's heading for the United States. They're trying to get out of this area. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to be around that. I mean, imagine most of the prevailing winds come out of the west. I wouldn't want to be in that area. You know what I mean? So let's scale up a little bit. Down here in Chile, Peru. Look at all that. See if we can back out a little bit more. Here we go into La Palma. La Palma is one to start focusing on, folks. There's a lot of stuff going on still at La Palma. I do have a feeling that yeah, things are going to pop. They're actually starting to show a rise in activity at the main volcano, which is right there smack center of the island. You can see where the lava came out and came down the last time. Well, up on the upper right side, they're actually noticing that it has swollen. The ground has risen 20 centimeters. That is about a foot. That's about 1 foot that it has risen. And there are parts, believe it or not, down here in the lower region that have sank about 3 centimeters. That's right, folks. Get ready. Look at all these earthquakes that are going on there. Woof. That ain't good. I don't care who you are. That ain't good at all. Now, let's back out a little bit and see if we can, to kind of get a little bit better idea and gauge for everybody. Earthquakes, Mount Etna. I'm actually surprised they don't show Mount Etna going off right now, because Mount Etna, it has blown her top. Mount Etna, Mount Aso in Japan. Oh, sure, they have. Oh, you got to scroll over here to find it. Oh, trying to be sneaky, are they? Not to me. There we go. Mount Etna's going off. There's I can't remember the name of the other one over there that's going off, but there's 2 of them going off. Let's see which one this one is. Let's see. Yeah, that's Etna right there. Complex stratovolcano. Changing due to eruptive activity and collapse of its crater rims. Well, why would it do that? Earthquakes? Let's check this one. Oh, Stromboli volcano. There we go. Erupting. These really are erupting, folks. This isn't like oh man, it's just, no. Eruption means eruption. It is blowing its top. Oh, look. There's a good sized one there in Africa going off. How you doing? There's one here. Urt Al volcano. A shield volcano. Uh-oh. That's not good. Shield volcanoes are never fun ones, because they can really be ugly. Look at all these earthquakes over here. I wonder why that's an earthquake. All those earthquakes are there. Oh, wait. See that big round thing that just looks like a big round desert? Well, that's the top of a volcano. That's right. All this is scorched and burnt earth. Oh, it almost looks like it kind of pour. If you actually look right here, it actually looks like it pours down into China. Right there, doesn't it? It almost looks like it's pouring down like a waterfall. That's kind of eerie looking weird, isn't it? That's crazy. That's actually good. The optical illusion sometimes kind of makes you wonder and go, Yep, here we go. all over here. There's Japan right there. Volcanoes going off in Japan. It's already formed a new island. All the earthquakes. Uh-oh. Remember the power plant that went down? We're all right over here by it. So, folks, everybody, please be careful. Stay safe. Pay attention. Please go to all these websites you're seeing me on and kind of gauge for yourself. I mean, there might come a time where I'm not going to be able to get online for a while. I may not be able to do a video. So everybody try and stay informed as much as possible. Make sure you have at least 3 weeks worth of food and water. If you have the means and way to, I highly suggest getting freeze-dried. Go to your grocery store and get freeze-dried prepared meals like stroganoff or stew, chili, stuff with meat and vegetables in them. And all you got to do is just add hot water. So if you have freeze-dried food, then you have seasonings up in your cupboard, you know, garlic, salt, pepper, or chili powder, whatever kind of seasonings you got, you can add that to it to give it better flavor. I do that all the time. I actually did quite a bit of wilderness survival training on my own. I helped others. I showed people how to survive in the wilderness. I've done quite a few tours and taken people out and showing them how to do things, how to dig a hole in the ground and build a fire in the ground. Dig it down about 6 to 8 inches, build a good sized fire inside of it, and put rocks all along the side of the hole. Excuse me, and a couple inside of it. And then during the evening hours, when you're getting ready to prepare your dinner, and then you cover it up with the sand that you dug out. You cover the whole thing. It puts the fire out, but all of that heat with the rocks and stuff rises. So then you can put your tent or your sleeping bag, if you don't have a tent, right on top of it, and you'll stay warm all night long. You actually won't even want to be under your sleeping bag, even in the wintertime. I've done that many times. So there's lots of little tricks and things that you can learn. But everyone, please stay safe. I'm going to see if I can peek at something else, and if so, I will come on here and I will... I'll make another video this evening, but it's looking like that's where we're going to be for today, folks. I love everyone. You guys, please stay safe. And remember, you are loved. I love you all.